Hi guys, welcome to Defending Elvis. Recording a video. I'm going to join you um, live on the comments. That's quite an interesting day. I think quite a successful day. I've done two very long live streams. My wife's just gone out with Tino. Yasmin's upstairs with her mate. I've just made them a chocolate bagel each. Brought them home from school, usual stuff. It's really heavy rain today. Just a bit of a rundown of this morning. We did 2.5 to 3 hour lives, this morning. Very serious, very much about our right to defend Elvis our way, standing up for Donna Presley, standing up for Riley Keough. Go and watch them. Two heartfelt lives. Now, on the second one, we were extremely lucky. At the last 20 minutes, we were joined by the Pink Cadillacs. Now, a lot of you have not heard of the Pink Cadillacs, so I wonder if I can just get them up on Facebook. I just wonder if it will come up. Let's have a look. Obviously, we had some really good news today. We had a troll channel deleted, which they were given 4 strikes, then deleted, which exactly what they deserved. These people play into my hands. Now, I wonder if we can find the Pink Cadillacs. Maybe I've got to put in Elvis. It's Victoria and Skylar. They run a brilliant YouTube channel. There we are. Is that it there? Yes, they run a podcast. Here we go. Let's get them up. So obviously a younger generation of fan, both beautiful, of course, but they are very open to all age groups of fans to join their podcast. Yeah, it says watch now. I wonder if that's because they're live. They did say that they're doing a podcast with Angie Marquis. That these girls are friends of Graceland, of Memphis, Graceland. They're proper Elvis fans, guys. These girls. So they did join our live. Actually, we were discussing defending. I was part of my defending was saying that these people that we've had problems with are against Riley Keough. Now, I will never understand anyone being against Riley Keough. It's Lisa Marie's daughter, one of Elvis's grandkids. Yeah. So we were just chatting away. We've done a very serious live stream. It was part 2. We were reading out Mary's really interesting letter. She was discussing about the what was it called? What did she call it? The Louis effect. The Louis effect. So basically, Mary was basically saying she's never known ever all these different YouTube channels, so-called Elvis fans, Elvis YouTube channels, Elvis fans as well, have such a big overreaction to me because I defend Elvis, and also to Donna Presley because she defends Elvis. So we're just chatting away and reading out Mary's very excellent, very appreciated letter. And then just 20 minutes before the end, it was well over an hour long, Victoria jumps in from the Pink Cadillacs and she takes the tail end of the conversation where we're standing up for Riley Keough, saying she's a blood family, she's Lisa Marie's daughter. And then Victoria jumps in and says, "Oh, I love Riley Keough. She's her dream interview. Victoria and Skylar off the Pink Cadillacs would absolutely love to interview Riley Keough." So while we were there, got myself a cup of tea, guys. While we were there, I did say to them, "Look, let me turn that off a minute." So while we were there, guys, I did say to them, "Look, I can hook you up with Donna Presley and Ginger Alden, because I'm lucky. Ginger Alden talks to me via Messenger. Obviously, Donna, I talk to a lot with Karen via WhatsApp, etc. And pure coincidence, Donna and Karen's Donna's friend and assistant, was with us during the live. So I did ask Donna Presley, would you like to do an interview with the girls? And Donna, of course, said yes. She'd love to. I'm gonna wait for confirmation from Victoria and Scarlett, and if they give me confirmation, I'm gonna speak to Ginger Alden and their manager Norm, who is a friend of mine on Messenger as well. And I'm going to see if I can hook these girls up with Ginger Alden. I can tell they really want to do an interview with Donna Presley and Ginger Alden. Okay, so watch this space, guys. Now, let me just, while we're here, let's just look at some of their pictures. I have no idea how old they are. I'm guessing mid-20s. They've just watched Epic. They've done a bloody good review of it. Go and watch it on their YouTube channel, which I will show you if I can find it. They're just Elvis fans, guys. I'll just flick a few through. They're in the Memphian. Obviously, they do an interview in the Memphian. I have watched it. Really good, really interesting. The history of the Memphian. Obviously, we know Elvis loved the Memphian, and anyone that spent decent time with Elvis was taken to the Memphian. Yeah, Elvis loved the movies. We know that. Yeah, we know that. So, that's a lovely picture of Lisa. Okay, guys. So my attitude, my advice: please subscribe to these ladies. Now, just while we're here, I'll just click the watch button just to see if it takes you to their podcast, because they did say that they were doing a podcast with Angie Marquis. They've done one before. Go and check out their YouTube channel. I'm going to click on it, see what happens. Yeah, so it's not doing anything. That just tells me that they're not live. So if we go to YouTube, I'll just see if I can show you their YouTube channel. And a big thank you to them for joining our lives. I love it when people join our lives. We're very lucky. Okay, guys. A lot of people.
Stories like
well-known channels. There we are. There's the channel there. A lot of well-known channels have joined our live streams. Elvis Cup Guy was there. Of course, Donna Presley was there. And we get those Elvis girls joined us last week when we were doing a dog walk. We're just lucky, guys. Come on, we get to interact with some very interesting people. I'd love to meet Angie Marquis. I'm a big fan of Angie Marquis, guys. Always have been. She's on my friends, and I'd love to interact with her. So let's just quickly, before I go on to my topic, I want to show you the channel. Now, I think, I'm just trying to be sure here, that their channel it's Victoria and Skylar. So of course, I'm subscribed. Let's have a look. But I think, I'm just trying to work out, do they also have a channel called The Pink Cadillacs? I'm not sure. Probably not. But I in case I'm wrong, it's probably that they're, I don't know. I'm not sure. Subscribe to them, guys. If you look at their videos, they've done some great stuff. Let me just quickly show you what they've done. They need to be on way higher than 611 subscribers, guys. Come on. These girls are brilliant. They're the future. Remember, we paved the way. We, the older fans, I know I'm old. We, the older fans, paved the way for the newer fans. A big part of why we defend trying to clear up the reputation of Elvis and Lisa and stand up for them is to get things ready for these guys. These guys love Elvis. You should see their reaction to watching Epic, guys. Wow, from the heart. So very quickly, before I move on, there it is there. We saw, let me just see that you can see it. So yeah, we saw Epic, the new Baz Luhrmann film. Got to review that. Then Elvis turns 91. I'm pretty sure they were there. Yes, I watched the Memphian Theatre one. What happened to the Pink Cadillacs? I think they had a bit of a break. Right, yeah, they've got an interview with Angie Marquis. It just goes on and on. They've been to Gracelands many, many times. They love it at Gracelands. So I'm just flicking through. Obviously they interview people. They do a lot of just general chats. Look, they've got a thing here where they were at Elvis Week and they interview Angie Markey again. Just brilliant, guys. What's not to like? They're Elvis fans. So on here it says Victoria and Skylar at the Pink Cadillacs. Yeah. So what else does it say? Let's have a look. Two Elvis loving besties whose obsession began with Elvis movie quickly turned into a full-blown vintage lifestyle. What started as falling in love with the music star and story grew into a passion of preserving Elvis's legacy in a modern way. I like that. The podcast is for the next generation of Elvis fans, where old souls meet new era. Elvis never goes out of style. I agree with that. Looking at it, they've got Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I think on Facebook they're called Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs. YouTube, it says the Pink Cadillacs. This is my confusion. And they're on Instagram. Yeah. And Spotify and Apple Podcasts and the Pink Cadillac shop. So they have a shop. Obviously, they're on Facebook and TikTok. Yeah. So busy, guys. And really, they're just starting out. Guys. Does it give a start date? Probably not. My guess is that they haven't been going that long. Let me look at their oldest video. 2 years. Okay. Brilliant. So, guys, please join them. Right. The reason we're here is to showcase Donna Presley's new video. Now, without going into it too much, Donna Presley, things have happened recently. Now, I just want to say, I did a review of, I did a review, guys, of Linda Thompson. Now, I'm not against Linda Thompson. I like her. She's beautiful. She looks great in leather because she had all her leather gear on at Westgate, the International, where they're celebrating Aloha. Okay? Problem is, she said things I don't like. Yeah? She brought up drugs. She said I would smoke pot. I really wish that that Linda Thompson would defend Elvis. Now, I know she loved him, he loved her. I know they had happy times. It didn't work out. You know, there were problems in the relationship with both Elvis and Linda. Yeah. Elvis was no angel, but nor was Linda. Allegedly. Yeah. I like Linda. She's in the clicky club. She goes around in the circuit. The clicky club is people that make money from the fact they knew Elvis, but don't defend. So to me, I have a thing called the clicky club. To be in the clicky club, you make money because you knew Elvis, but you don't defend. Now, we defend, don't we? Donna Presley defends. Ginger Alden defends. Yeah? So they're not in the clicky club. They're outside of the clicky club. The problem with the clicky club is that I feel they should defend. Yeah? There are other people in the clicky club that don't defend. Yeah? I'm not going to mention them all now. So Donna, me and Karen chat. Donna has been seeing things for quite a few months where people close to Elvis just talk about stuff they don't need to. Just bring up negative things that just doesn't help Elvis's image and reputation. And I think Donna's just had enough of it. Now, Donna has a different way of defending than me. She very much doesn't like to name people. Yeah? But she will speak up. And sometimes she does name people. So she's done this video. Obviously, Donna likes me to review her videos. I want to. Donna's one of us. Queen Donna. She's the number one, to me, the number one defender. I stand by Donna 100%. She stands by me. We have had a problem with people that are anti-Donna. We've had problems with people that want to discredit her, undermine her. But they're never going to change who she is. I know you hear me. It's a scratch record. She's Elvis's first cousin. She has Elvis's blood in her vein. Do I need to add to that? You can bring up her past, bring up an old book. You can bring up who she was married to and name changes. Doesn't change who she is. I keep saying this to people. It doesn't change who she is. Think of your own family. Can we undo who is your cousin? Can we undo who is your brother or sister? Of course not. The blood is the blood, no matter what mistakes people make in their lives. I personally don't believe that Donna had anything to do with all the negative crap that is said about her. And I actually think that the people that try to belittle and demean and trash Donna are bloody out of order. And I call them fake Elvis fans. To you anti-Donna people, you are fake Elvis fans. Welcome to the club. Shame on you, because Elvis would be horrified that people turn on his own cousin. And now lately, it's come out his own granddaughter, Riley Keough. The anti-Donna club is now anti-Riley Keough. It's growing. It's ridiculous. You make fools of yourselves. Right. Let's listen to what Donna, because Donna is very passionate about what is happening in the Elvis community, in the Elvis world, inner and outer circle. Donna is not shy to defend. She'll speak her mind. She will defend. Donna defends no matter what the consequences are. And trust me, she does get consequences. Behind the scenes, there's many trying to stop her from defending. No one's going to stop her. She's 75. She gave her last wish to her mother. Her mother wanted her. She honours her mother's last wish. Nash, be there for the Presleys. It's your turn now. And she honours it. She's 75. She wants to defend her cousin and her family, the Presleys, before it's too late. Before it's too late. There's a new generation coming, as we've seen with the pink Cadillacs, who we adore. Okay, guys? Here goes.
When perception is spoken as fact by those close, it is accepted as truth.
I'm going to jump in straight away. When perception is spoken as fact, people think it's true. This is our problem. This has always been our problem. You get people like Linda, or the Memphis Mafia, or the Smiths, or the Stanleys, or the ex-wife say things that just ain't true. They've been exaggerated, twisted, or it's from their point of view, from their own emotions have changed what the truth is. There's resentment, envy, jealousy. There's all things at play here. So people are giving you their stories, but you don't know how truthful they are. You must question everything that is said about Elvis. Books, biographies, documentaries, tabloids, question everything. Even the most trusted books, question them. Because the only person that really knows what happened is Elvis. He can't defend himself. He's not with us. So Elvis can't jump up and go, hey, that never happened. So we jump up as fans, as defenders, Elvis defenders. And Donna is the queen of Elvis defenders. And she is fed up of people saying, this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened, when it didn't, or it's been altered, or it's been exaggerated or sensationalized.
Consider what that does to Elvis. Language has consequence.
Hello everyone, I'm Donna Presley, and I'd like to welcome you to the Donna Presley YouTube channel.
Of course, Donna looks fantastic, but I have to add this, guys. When Donna defends, she does it with class. She's not shouting her head off, being disrespectful, being rude, talking down to people. She is just, from the heart, defending her own family. I'm just a fan. I defend as a fan that loves Elvis and Lisa and the bloodline. I love Riley Finley Harp. I'm there for them. Gladys Vernon Benjamin, you name it. As a fan, all I am. Donna is blood. She's talking on behalf of family that she grew up with, that she's related to. She has memories, fly on the wall memories that we could never have as fans. She was actually there. Her parents were actually there. Her children even were babysat at Gracelands. Yeah. She has heartfelt memories of being with Elvis, with Uncle Vernon, with Minnie Mae Dodger. So her perspective is very, very different, very genuine.
This week, once again, I listened with deep disappointment as Elvis was spoken about publicly.
Okay, so I want to talk about this sensitively. Many things have been going on, but one of the things we most recently did this week, we reviewed an interview at Westgate with Linda Thompson. Now, the interview started very well. How I met Elvis, how nice Elvis was, how lovely he was, the romance of Linda and Elvis. And for a time, they were very happy. I think she was very good for Elvis. I think she helped Elvis move on from Priscilla. But then it spiraled downwards and we start talking about drugs. She started saying that Elvis smoked pot for his glaucoma for months. This is shocking. This is upsetting. At an event where what she should have done is honoured Elvis. It was an Aloha 73 event, a really brilliant event at Westgate, the International, where Elvis performed, I think, over 60 times, I think it was. She should have honoured and discussed that period of Elvis's life. Aloha, all the details. Very lovely, positive, uplifting detail. Instead, for some reason, Linda Thompson feels that she needs to discuss the private details of Elvis. We don't even know how correct they are, how truthful they are. It's almost like Linda is pressured to exaggerate things, talk about sensational things to get people's interest. My advice to Linda Thompson, I like Linda Thompson, is you don't need to do it. You don't need to talk about drugs, pot, at an event that was there to honor Elvis. Westgate Hotel is beautiful. It's amazing. And they honor Elvis. They make a very serious mistake kissing David Stanley's ass. He shouldn't even be there. David Stanley is no family. He has no blood. His mum and dad divorced. He is not a Presley. He said the most disgusting things about Elvis. He said that Elvis committed suicide, which is disgusting. I don't accept someone being a born-again Christian cancels out the serious mistakes that were repeatedly made by David Stanley. He should not be at Westgate. That's a fan's opinion. I'm horrified. I don't hate him. I'm not angry, but I have very strong feelings about Dave Stanley. He shouldn't be there. Should not be there at Westgate. He should not be getting honoured. And I think that the people that truly loved Elvis would have nothing to do with him, including Linda Thompson. Yeah, this is the cliquey club. The cliquey club kisses the ass of people that betrayed Elvis. This is the cliquey club, and it's not good. So, I want to repeat, guys, I like Linda, but I'm not happy with what she did at Westgate. Okay? It's just my opinion. And David Stanley, my God. How someone who is a ex-step brother who trashed Elvis for decades is having his ass kissed by fans, a hotel, by an ex-girlfriend is beyond me. I will never understand it.
In a way that amounted to a clear betrayal. Spoken softly, almost tenderly, yet centered on the most private and painful aspects of his life. Claims delivered sweetly, calmly, even warmly, but still claims.
I haven't watched this properly. I have watched it, but very quickly, very briefly. I rushed through it because I was in a hurry. But Linda does deliver in a beautiful way. She has a real softly spoken. She's stunning to look at. She has a real good rapport with the fans. She's adorable. But the words that are coming out of her mouth when she goes onto these topics, drugs, pot, are shameful. And this is the same problem with Priscilla, with her little Priscilla with her fake fairy tale. Yeah? She'll sit there sweetly, sharing beautiful memories of Elvis. A lot of them, I think, made up, altered, exaggerated. Oh yeah, I loved Elvis, but I was only 14. This is Priscilla. Even though they weren't together when he was 14. They just briefly met in Bad Nauheim. She gives the impression that they had a relationship at 14. She gives the impression, Priscilla gives the impression from 14 to the day they divorced. They were together, and some people think they were sexual, and they were not. Elvis, after briefly meeting Priscilla, didn't see her for 2 years and 3 months. She was nearly 18 when he met her when she came. Sorry, she holidayed a couple of times when she was 17, and then she eventually moved in with Vernon and Dee at first to finish her education. And then she was nearly 18. I always wonder, she was only a matter of weeks away from finishing her education. I always wonder, if it was only a matter of weeks, why didn't she finish it where she was? But you tell me, how much of her education did Priscilla finish in America? Please let me know. Put it in the comments. Okay. I'm just interested. Was it weeks or months? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe longer. I don't know, guys. Teach me. Educate me. I'm always willing to learn. I'm not an expert. I'm not a researcher. So, you get my point, what I'm trying to say, guys, that even Priscilla could do the whole softly spoken, say all the sweet things, but at throwing in the digs. Oh, he had a bad temper. He was away all the time. He was unfaithful. I wasn't prepared to put up with all the other women. Never saying that she was unfaithful as well. When he was away, Priscilla was up to no good as well. She had loads of freedom. She paints herself as being in a gilded prison. She wasn't. Yeah. She could go where she wanted. Friends and family could visit when she wanted. She went to many different things like dancing, karate. In fact, she was unfaithful more than once. She was unfaithful within a year of the marriage, within months of Lisa Marie being born. So Priscilla can sit there telling the sweet stories, but then she throws in the dicks. Oh, and by the way, I saved Gracelands. By the way, I prevented it from being sold. By the way, it was my idea that the museum was open. None of it true. I have still never seen proof that Priscilla saved Gracelands, that it was going to be sold off and broken up. I've never seen proof of it. Never. Never have I seen where she says, that will not happen. This is Priscilla's words. That will not happen. I don't think so. I've also heard Priscilla say, your father would have been forgotten. She says it to Lisa Marie. Your father would have been forgotten within 5 years if I hadn't done what I did. Complete bullshit. Does anyone for a second believe, for 1 second, that Elvis was going to be forgotten if Priscilla hadn't saved the day? It's such rubbish. And the sad thing is, Lisa Marie at first believed her. I do believe that Lisa Marie wised up and realised Priscilla was bullshitting. Priscilla was bullshitting.
Unproven, unsupported, presented as reflection and framed as insight, when in truth they are nothing more than personal perception, spoken as though it were fact, offered under the guise of care.
So did you hear that? So when we're listening to people like Priscilla, the Memphis Mafia, Linda Thompson, and other people that have said things about Elvis, negative things, it's spoken as fact, where Elvis literally can't defend himself.
While stripping a man of dignity. He can...
Sorry, I keep butting in, guys. While stripping a man of dignity. Remember what Lisa Marie said. These people, that Elvis's dignity was important to him. My father's dignity was important to him. And these people took it away. She's discussing the Smiths, the Stanleys, and the Memphis Mafia. Heartbreaking.
No longer defend. It is against this backdrop that I hear people say, Elvis does not need defending, that his talent alone should stand.
So, again, Donna and me are the same. We know Elvis needs defending so much. But these very same people like Linda, Linda hasn't defended Elvis. She worked with Donna on a cruise. She knows Donna defends. She knows Donna stands up to Priscilla, stands up to the wrongdoing of anyone, including family. Linda doesn't want to do it. She wants to stay in the cliquey club, making the money in the cliquey club, where if she truly loved him, I feel she would defend him, and she doesn't. It's very disappointing.
That we should accept the good and the bad, that everything else is fair territory.
So, there's a lot of stopping and starting because so much is being said. We should accept the good with the bad. This is our problem. This is the problem we've had with defending Elvis. Let's forget about the trashing of the past concerning Elvis's image and reputation. Let's act like it never happened. Let's keep it quiet. Elvis isn't here anymore, nor's Lisa. Why bring it up? Even though Elvis's reputation and image has been wrecked, damaged around the world in every country, I can't even speak to anyone without them trashing Elvis with his disgusting rumors, repeated Chinese whisper rumors. So that is why we can't pretend it didn't happen. We must bring up the wrongdoing and discuss it. We must bring up the trash books, the biographies, the documentaries, the tabloids, the interviews, the news clips. We must bring them up and disagree with them and show the world that they are not true. Things have been twisted, exaggerated, altered, even made up. So no, we can't go forward. If you truly love Elvis, if you once knew him and you love him, you will defend him. This is how Donna feels. His first cousin, Donnie.
I fundamentally disagree. What I object to is not honest history. What I object to is continued public dissection of Elvis's most private life.
So remember, she fundamentally disagrees with people that say Elvis does not need defending. That is the point. People say Elvis does not need defending. She fundamentally disagrees with that point. Let me just find the right moment, guys, to jump forward.
Public dissection of Elvis's most private life by people who were once close to him.
By people that were once close to him. This is our problem with Elvis. If you go back through history, the people closest to him trashed him, backstabbed him, double-crossed him, betrayed him, broke a pledge. Smith, Stanley's, Priscilla, Memphis Mafia. Everything I say is for entertainment purposes, not a fact, just an opinion sharing discussion program. Now, we need to be able to discuss these things with respect. But it happened, guys.
Girlfriends, his ex-wife.
As I want to just rewind that. She's including ex-girlfriends and ex-wives.
Once close to him. Former girlfriends, his ex-wife, former staff, and some family who still feel entitled decades later to speak about matters that were never theirs to share.
So she's talking about family and staff and ex-girlfriends and ex-wife.
None of this has ever been proven. None of it has been medically established. And none of it has been subjected to proper scrutiny.
Wow. That I forgot. I didn't even know she said that. Many of the things that are being said by these people are from their memories. Their version. They have their own agendas, their own resentment, their own anger. Get it, guys? Nothing proven. Nothing proven. Just their hearsay. Elvis has no say in what they're doing. When Priscilla wrote this book, he never put one word in it. He had been dead for 7 years. When Priscilla wrote this book, not one word. Let me get another book. 1 second, guys. I want to make a point. 1 second, guys. Okay. You know I have millions of books. So, let me just make sure you can see me okay. Elvis, Aaron Presley and the Memphis Mafia, Billy Smith, Marty Lacker, Lamar Fike. Elvis had not one say in this book. The most disgusting things are said in this book about poor Elvis by his own friends, his own family. I just want to see the year of it. 1995. By Alana Nash, Billy Smith, Marty Lacker, and Lamar Fike. Then it gets reprinted in 2005. You can still buy this book. This book has the most disgusting things in it. It even discusses Elvis faked his death. Could you imagine a family member doing a book or a tabloid saying that Elvis faked his own death? How ridiculous that is. So if they can put in this book, Elvis faked his death, does that then mean everything else in this book is a lie, has been made up? Because there's some bloody disgusting things in this book. If I read out the things in this book that are being said, you would be horrified. It's disgusting. By friends and close friends, Memphis Mafia and a cousin. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you guys? This is what Donna's trying to say. The people of the past have said horrific things. Even Linda Thompson. It's a good book. Some nice things about Elvis. She speaks beautifully about the romance with Elvis. The first year they were together seemed lovely. But then she comes out with the trash. Elvis choking on chicken soup, chicken noodles. She had to fish food out of his mouth to stop him from dying, choking to death. We don't even know if it happened. We don't even know if it happened. But even if it did happen, why put it in the book? Why put it in the book? That book isn't just about Elvis. It's also about her other husband. Yeah? They do it to sell more copies, to make more money. They forget about Elvis's dignity. They forget about Elvis's dignity. They take away his dignity to make money, to sell more books. And this is our problem. The very people that say they loved Elvis also trashed him in their books to make money. Yeah. I like Linda, but I'm horrified by some of the things she put in that book. Yeah. I'm not anti-Linda, but we have to discuss these things. The reason we have to discuss these things is because who's going to defend Elvis? Maybe many of these things didn't happen, weren't true, were made up, were exaggerated. So what would Elvis think? If Elvis came back to life now, would he go, oh, that's okay. I nearly drowned in chicken soup. Oh, that's okay. I'm not even going to repeat what's in this book. You get my point?
Accountability or qualification. Yet it is spoken about as fact. I find it deeply troubling that intimate details about Elvis's health, medication, moods, and alleged diagnosis continue to be discussed publicly. In any other context, this would be considered a serious breach of ethics. Medical professionals are bound by confidentiality. They are not permitted to disclose such information. Yet, those who once stood close enough to claim familiarity speak freely, confidently, and often graphically.
Whew. The average person would never do this. The average person would never speak about their close friend, ex-boyfriend, partner, family member, mum, dad, uncle, auntie, cousin, would they? They wouldn't bring up all their secret, private details. Because it's Elvis and there's money to be made, they do it. There's 15 minutes of fame. Come on, guys. Let's face it. Linda does get some fame because she was once Elvis's girlfriend. So did the Memphis Mafia. You all right? That's what my son's in. Who's taking you? Okay. So did the Memphis Mafia. They get fame for trashing Elvis. Most of them are not with us now. Priscilla still getting attention and fame for trashing Elvis because she still speaks very negatively sometimes about Elvis. She does both positive, negative, positive, negative. She does it about Lisa as well, her daughter, who's not with us anymore. Positive, negative, positive, negative. I'm shocked at the types of things that Priscilla says about poor Lisa Marie.
Without authority, without responsibility, and without consequence. On what basis? Who decided that proximity equals qualification? Who decided that personal recollection outweighs evidence? Who decided that perception years later becomes truth? Because that is what is happening here.
So this is, guys, we're going to have to do this in 2 parts because it's gone on too long. I want to rewind that a little bit. This is important.
Who decided that perception years later becomes truth? Because that is what is happening here. Personal interpretation is being presented as fact. Memory is being elevated to diagnosis. Experience is being mistaken for expertise. And once spoken publicly, these perceptions are treated as established reality, when in truth they remain exactly what they always were, one person's version.
I'm saying, I've just said this, guys. This is their version of stuff. Whether it be the Smith Stanleys, Linda Thompson, Priscilla, doesn't matter who it is, does it? Yeah? It's their version. It's not the real version, the actual version, because Elvis only knows the actual version. This is the problem.
I speak on this with lived knowledge, not theory. I lived for years with a drug addict, my husband. I saw the dysfunction up close, the lying, the manipulation, the inability to function, the collapse of responsibility, the damage to work, relationships, and reality itself. I know what addiction looks like.
Okay, guys, we might be able to do it in one go. I'm going to keep going. Now, this has been brought up against, this is part of the problem we've had at defending Elvis, yeah, whilst we're defending Donna as well. There's a constant anti-Donna campaign. There's also anti-defending Elvis, anti-my channel, anti-Louis. Mary has called it the Louis effect, yeah, where there's this big overreaction of backlash against what we do, me and Donna and Team Elvis. I think what she's trying to say is, how can I explain it? People are able to just say what they want. People are literally able to just go, I think this, I think that, I was there. And no one can jump in and say, that ain't true. That never happened. I don't believe that. Prove it. Yeah. Now, one of the things that people are using against poor Donna is the fact that her ex-husband was a flipping psycho. Yeah. I just say it for entertainment purposes, not a fact, just an opinion. But he was a violent drug addict. Then they dig that up to discredit her. Oh, look what happened in the past. Even though it was actually her husband's doings. The whole Bonnie and Clyde con artist bullshit that is thrown in her face to discredit who she is. That makes no difference to who she is. A first cousin of Elvis, a blood member of Elvis. None of it was her fault. They also try and use the fact that she changed her name a few times. Obviously, she was born with her father's name. Of course she was. And married twice. Yeah? It doesn't change who she is. Her last name is irrelevant. She's not a Kew or a Lockwood or a Smith. She's a Presley. She still is a first cousin, no matter what these people try and say and do to discredit her, to undermine her. Why can't these people accept who she is, the life she lived, the fact that she very much lived a Presley life, that her grandmother was Minnie May, that Elvis was her first cousin, that Vernon was her uncle? I will never understand it. And now these people are trying to attack Riley Keough. It's crazy. The whole thing is nuts.
I know how it behaves. I know what it destroys and who it destroys. That was not Elvis Presley. Elvis worked. Elvis showed up. Elvis carried responsibility. He sustained relationships. He gave generously and consistently of himself. Those who truly knew him, who saw how he lived day to day, know the difference. So when people casually label Elvis an addict, I do not speak from denial or sentiment. I speak from experience. I know the difference, and I knew Elvis.
It doesn't get better than that. I know the difference, and I knew Elvis. Sorry, Karen. Karen was messing with me. Karen, I'm trying to make a video. You're distracting me, mate. She's tired. Karen, I know it's late. She's in Kuala Lumpur. Karen is Donna's sister, basically. She's in Kuala Lumpur. Oompa, yeah. Karen, in 10 minutes, I'm going to upload it, and you're going to watch it. Sorry. Let me just say that a bit. Right, okay, we're trying to be serious.
I speak from experience. I know the difference, and I knew Elvis. What troubles me further is the moral inconsistency. Those who place their own behavior onto Elvis, behavior he didn't live by. Those who criticize fidelity while excusing their own affairs. Those whose judgment at the time was impaired by prescription drugs or other.
I have to say something on this is such a clever write-up. Thank you, Donna and Karen. Half of these people that trashed Elvis were on drugs. Half of them. Some of them were stoned out of their faces. It's so laughable.
Substances, yet now present their recollections as definitive truth.
Yeah, it's crystal clear. I remember everything in graphic detail, even though it was 50 years ago, 40 to 50 years ago. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to tell you, I was off my face on drugs.
Those who focus relentlessly on his alleged darkness while ignoring the light they benefited from.
Okay, do you know what? This is so good. While ignoring the life they benefited from. Elvis gave these people a dream life. Could you imagine the life? For example, let's use the Stanleys. Vernon and Dee get married. Elvis finds out about the boys. Yeah, we know the book. There's a book. Where is it? The Faith of Elvis discusses in detail. Billy Stanley has given many interviews discussing how good Elvis was. I actually like this book. I'm not that happy with Billy, but I like this book. I know Billy is having a medical procedure, but I do wish him well. Okay. Of course, we're not horrible people here. I really hope Billy recovers well. Okay. But I disagree with many things Billy has done, especially, and Ricky and Dave and Dee Stanley. I'm horrified by their treatment of Elvis, their behavior towards Elvis. But the point I'm trying to make is that she's talking about these people from the past and their wrongdoing. Let me just play that bit again, guys.
Truth. Those who focus relentlessly on his alleged darkness while ignoring the light they benefited from.
While ignoring the life they benefited from. Elvis was so good to the boys when they were. These were children that were basically in a boarding home, more or less allegedly abandoned. Elvis saved them. He took on the responsibility, a fatherly responsibility with Vernon. Yeah. Could you imagine the life Billy Smith had moving from Mississippi to Tupelo? He traveled with Elvis to Memphis. He was there at the very beginning. So why these people have double-crossed him and trashed him and backstabbed him and said things that I wish they hadn't said. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I like the Smiths. They're Elvis's blood. I like their channels. I support their channels. But come on. They made a mistake saying things they should never have said. Private means private. They made a pledge. They promised to not bring up things. But they did bring them up. In books, biographies, documentaries, All the King's Men, E! True Hollywood. They did a fake tabloid that Elvis had faked his death. It's even in this book. I mean, come on, guys. Why? What happened? You know, trash for cash. I know these people were offered large amounts of money to do it, but God, it's shocking. God, I find it hard to digest. And this is the point Donna is trying to say. I'll never understand it. You know, as she just said, the life Elvis gave them. They had a dream life. Could you imagine moving into Graceland? The cousin, the stepbrother, the ex-wife, Priscilla. Could you imagine that she moved from Bad Nauheim, Wiesburg in Germany, yeah? Not Bad Nauheim, Wiesburg, Germany, to live with Elvis, Dee and Vernon and Dee, and be at Graceland. Could you imagine the celebrity lifestyle that Elvis had? How magical and amazing it was to be with Elvis in the 60s. Like she says, Elvis was so good to these people in every way you could imagine. So generous, so loving and caring and giving. And he didn't just help them, he helped their families, their kids, their medical expenses and how they lived, their homes, cars, motorbikes, you name it, he did it. He paid for everything. And look how they let him down. Look how they betrayed him for money, because they were offered large amounts of money to say things that take away his dignity. He gave them a dream life. Even now, when I listen to their interviews, the Smiths, on EFM and MMK and the Stanleys, they talk about this amazing life they had. They can't believe how amazing that life was. They were part of it. Even Red West, Sonny West, I've heard them do interviews. Oh, we lived with a legend. We didn't realize it at the time, but we lived with a legend. Then they all backstabbed him and trashed him, double-crossed him, because they were angry, upset, full of resent, full of jealousy, full of envy. They wanted to be Elvis, I think, sometimes. I think Elvis got a lot of jealousy. They let him down. Why? For money? For 30 pieces of silver? The betrayal of Elvis.
This is not balance. This is not truth. This is selective storytelling.
Selective storytelling. My God. Woo! Yeah, Donna and Karen, you're on one today. Selective storytelling. I could pick up all these books, hold them in a big pile and go, selective storytelling. And Elvis could say nothing. Could you imagine if Elvis could? Imagine if I was holding this big pile of books and Elvis stood here with me now and went, all of that is bullshit. None of it is true. You have been lied to.
There is now a speaking circuit that favors the most sensational version of Elvis's life, not necessarily the most accurate.
Ooh, a speaking circuit. Are we talking about the Clicky Club? I've got this new thing that I've created. This new saying. We keep making up new sayings, don't we? The Clicky Club. People that make money going around the world talking about Elvis. Making money because they once knew Elvis, once were connected to Elvis. But they don't defend him, but they trash him. They say good things, then bad things. Good things, then bad things. And they get paid very well, and they ignore the people that trashed Elvis, but they also take money for damaging his reputation even more. Even though it's 50 years later, they're damaging his reputation even more. Linda Thompson, when she stood in Westgate and said, yeah, Elvis was smoking pot to ease his pain, taking drugs, she did even more damage to Elvis's reputation, to his image. Imagine watching Linda on that Westgate stage that went around the world. Obviously, the audience that were there. Don't forget why they were there. They were there to honor Elvis for Aloha 73. Could you imagine those people going off what they thought about Linda's words? Elvis's ex-girlfriend that supposedly loved him. They'd be like, she just said he was on pot, on drugs. I went there to see the Aloha honoring Elvis. Why didn't she raise him up? I'm sure these people found it really fascinating to hear Elvis's ex-girlfriend talk about his drug problem, his private details, without mentioning how sick he was. Remember, Elvis was very sick and couldn't sleep. Yeah? Instead of her sat there honoring him, raising him up, she trashes him. Oh, he's there smoking pot, he's in pain, taking drugs. At a celebration where she should have discussed the memories of Aloha. Westgate is amazing. They were there to honor Elvis. Everything about Westgate is to honor Elvis. Linda Thompson, very disappointing. Now, please know this. I like Linda Thompson, but I'm very disappointed. So is Donna.
Nor the most responsible, but the version that draws attention and reaction.
Oh, God, this is good. Why do they do it? Why do they throw in the negative stuff? Why? Because a lot of this book, guys, most of this book is very positive. Says great things about Elvis. Believe it or not, and we may read some of it someday, there's a lot of really good things in this book. Elvis, What Happened? This trash book. Why did they throw in the negative stuff? Because it gets attention. It sells more books. It gets more interest. People are fascinated. Dirt sells. Trash sells. I personally think Elvis is at a point, his legend is at a point now where people want to hear the positive stuff, the good stuff. Look at Epic. Epic is all positive in Elvis's own voice. We're all excited for Epic, aren't we? Wow, Baz Luhrmann, you've done it again. All positive. All positive. Get it, guys? You don't have, in 2026, you don't have to talk trash to get attention, to sell books, to get people bums on seats in the cinema, etc. You don't need to do it now. Linda Thompson, you don't need to do it. They would have happily sat there listening to you, being positive and sharing beautiful memories of being with Elvis. To truly love someone, you wouldn't trash them. You wouldn't take away their dignity.
Stories of illness, addiction, and conflict are repeated because they provoke interest, while privacy, dignity, and restraint rarely do.
And now we understand why Lisa Marie was so upset. She cut these people off from Graceland. Even Joe Weishenker has recently said people were cut off, family were cut off. They said things you can't unsay. This is Joe Weishenker's words. Things were said that you can't unsay. The family wanted these people cut off. Lisa Marie wanted these people cut off for saying things that should have been private. Private means private. And some of these things weren't even true.
And Elvis cannot answer back. He cannot.
Oh my God, every word. Oh, this is too much. Right. Isn't this our biggest problem? Elvis can't answer back to these people. He can't say one word. Not one word. We, the fans, the Elvis defenders, Team Elvis, Donna Presley, his cousin, we can stand up for Elvis. We can stick up for him. But Elvis can't. So sad. Think about it, guys. People like Riley, Finley, and Harper have to listen to all this crap. Must be pretty embarrassing. When Linda sat there on stage saying, yeah, Elvis was on pot. Imagine if Riley or Finley and Harper were listening to it, how it would have made them feel. When people make Elvis out to be some kind of junkie, how did they feel? His grandkids. This is why we defend.
Not correct the record. He cannot challenge these narratives. He cannot defend his own dignity. So others do it for him.
Yes, we do. And Donna is the queen of defending.
Often without evidence, often without qualification, and often without conscience. I have never claimed Elvis was perfect. He was human. But why has his humanity been turned into public currency? Why have his most private moments been deemed acceptable entertainment? Why is there such insistence on defining him by alleged illness, medication, or supposed moral failure?
Elvis is defined by the last 3 years of his life. It is so unfair. Elvis was 42 when he died. So for 39 years of his life, he looked fantastic, looked extremely well, was amazing. But his last 3 years of his life define his whole life. His reputation around the world is judged on those last 3 years. It's so unfair.
rather than by his generosity, his faith, his loyalty, and his work.
The focus of Elvis's reputation, I'm not talking about the music now, his voice, his talent, how he looked. I'm talking about what people remember about Elvis. It's the negative crap and social media repeated by friends, family, cousins, ex-wife, etc. It's not fair. We need to focus on the good stuff, the positives. I'll just say it to you. I'll just play that bit again. This is what needs to be focused on for Elvis, so that the world knows the true Elvis.
His faith, his loyalty, and his work. Every human is entitled to privacy. Everyone, except, it seems, Elvis Presley.
Woo! How many celebrities, I'm talking about at that level, yeah, have every single tiny detail of their private life shared by his own family, ex-girlfriends, stepbrothers, cousins? Memphis Mafia did it for decades. How many people that were as famous as Elvis have, that everyone connected, not everyone, but almost everyone connected to Elvis, that were very close to him, that spent years with him, decades with him, that he was so good to? How many people do that to the celebrity? It happens to just Elvis. Elvis is the most trashed of all the celebrities. Yes, he's the most famous. He changed the world. A lovely man, a good-hearted Christian, kind, loving man. So good to all these people. But the most trashed. Elvis is the most trashed celebrity in the world. It's disgusting.
So I ask those who continue to speak from past proximity to stop and reflect. Ask yourselves whether personal perception is now being treated as truth. Ask whether you would accept the same exposure of your own private life. And ask honestly whether this serves history or simply relevance. What did Elvis Presley do to you except love you?
Oh my God, that's good. She's talking to all the people that have betrayed and backstabbed him, isn't she? The family members, stepbrothers, cousins, you get it. We go on and on and on, can't we? Friends, Memphis Mafia. I'm gonna play that bit again because I think it's very crucial.
Relevance. What did Elvis Presley do to you except love you?
I'm not going to add to that.
I am Presley, and I stand.
Now that is a beautiful defending video from Donna, Presley, Elvis's first cousin. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Karen and Donna. Wow, you've done it again. I'm blown away. This has took my breath away. This is the whole theme of this video is defending. She's also speaking her mind. She's very firm. She's very blunt. We know who she's talking about. Quite a few people. All people that were very close to Elvis. Very close to Elvis. From the beginning. Well done, Donna. We're very proud of you. And we will always defend you. Because Donna needs defending as well. This anti-Donna brigade. This anti-Louis brigade. This anti-defending Elvis and Team Elvis brigade. I wouldn't bother because we know how to fight. We know how to stand up for ourselves. The Louis effect, yeah?
Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. Until next time, God bless.
Brilliant. Brilliant.